So the last video was it for Mech of the Mission, but since there are over 100 different chassis in MekTek and only a bit over 30 of these segments, we have obviously missed a few. So let's rectify this. I run through all the mechs have not been talked about. Oh dear god. Okay. Wasp, a fast scout with very light weaponry, normally carries a pair of laser and SRM rack. Not a combat effective chassis, but can be useful to find under the enemy and annoy them. Firemoth Dasher, an insanely fast scout with no armor and a bunch of laser slots. Originally built to raise elementals in a battle under its arms, which is why they're positioned so weirdly. If the throttle isn't wide open while driving, you're doing it wrong. Brigand, a light raider and skirmisher built by pirates for pirates. Equipped with jump jets and lasers, it can get stuck into a fight from any angle and stay in it for as long as needed. Commando, originally a fast scout with a large laser, an early refit turned the laser-based recon mech into an SRM-focused skirmisher. Fast and agile, it can race in and unload on unsuspecting enemies. A lack of armor and ammo-based weapon does hinder its staying power, however. Duangung, a Capellan Omni-mech based on an earlier combat light sling. Designed for mobile combat support, it has an LRM rack and backup medium lasers, plus enough armor to shrug off light hits. Koto, a new light combat mech designed for the gladiator arena. Built from salvaged Locust, the Koto mounts various OmniTek improvements including Endosteel and an XL engine, as well as an X-Pulse laser. A powerful design, the fact is the Frank mech does lead to some strange quirks in its performance, like 20-degree torso twist. Locust 2C, a second line clan recon and garrison mech. 5 tons heavier than the original Locust, it packs a large amount of firepower into a fast chassis, though it is no better armoured and lacks any form of torso twist. Solitaire, an extremely fast combat light from Clan Diamond Shark. It uses an XL engine and heavy lasers to let it race in and unload on any enemy. It also packs a surprising amount of armor for its weight. This all comes at the expense of heat sinks, requiring careful fire control to avoid overheating. Osiris, a well-armed skirmisher based on the Dragonfly Omni-mech. The Osiris puts its tonnage into engines and weapons, leaving it very lightly armored. As a hit-and-run mech, however, it excels, with its SRM racks and backup lasers, just as long as it can avoid being under the enemy's guns. Razorback, a general combat mech mounted in large laser, SRMs and machine guns. It's a very generalist design, not lacking in speed, firepower or armor, but also not overburdened by any of them, and a very effective all-rounder. Urban Mech, an extremely cheap and slow urban brawler that sacrifices all speed for armor and weaponry in the form of an AC-10 or 20. With 360-degree torso twists and jump jets, it should be noted that while slow, it is still mobile enough to take advantage of the limited field of fire in an urban environment. This mech also comes in the Mark II Clan version, which is a minor upgrade with improved weapons, extra engine power and more powerful jump jets. Otherwise, the two are identical. Chimera, a joint Davion Korea design before it was shanghaied by the Steiners. A fast skirmisher, it comes with a good brace of lasers plus an MRM-20 rack. Thin armor for a medium requires that it uses its speed and agility to hit and fade. Strider, the heavier OmniTek version of the venerable Cicada, though according to the Drax it's more akin to a heavy Jenna due to its focus on missile weaponry. Most variants stick to one type of launcher, be it LRM, SRM, Streaks or a pure Narc and Tag boat. Mechwarrior 4 comes standard with an LRM and SRM rack giving it good flexibility. It's also not badly armoured for its weight. Arctic Wolf, an Innisphere next-gen Omni-mech built for Clan Wolf in Exile, though its first production line reverted to a regular battle mech. Heavily armed with multiple SRM racks, it can deal a large amount of damage in close, coupled with a fast engine and adequate armor. A lack of backup weapons does mean it loses out in a drawn-out engagement, however. Reaver, a non-can design first introduced in MekTek. Built by Clan Starrider as a fast combat mech, it backs a number of heavy lasers for a devastating alpha strike, though a lack of heat sinks makes it very touchy in the fire control department. Assassin 2, another non-can design loosely based around the original Assassin 40-tonner. It's essentially a direct upgrade, with similar speed and more weapons, making it a deadly skirmisher at all ranges. Hollander 2, Steiner style mech built around the Gauss rifle. The original only had the Gauss and was 10 tons lighter. The Mark II gives it armor and backup weapons on a 40-ton chassis. Still very fragile, but if you need a Gauss rifle in the field on the cheap, there are a few better options. Ice Ferret, a Clan Wolf recon enforced mech known as the Fenris to the Innisphere. Originally designed as a Timberwolf killer by Ice Hellion, it was adapted by Wolf with new weapon loadouts, making it a harasser, scout, fast fires aboard and general combat machine. Gesu, yet another non-canon design. It is a fast general combat and support mech from Clan Diamond Shark, well armed for long engagements that can also brawl thanks to its 360-degree torso twist and jump jets. Blackjack 2, a direct upgrade to the original Blackjack that added OmniTek following the Clan invasion. Built as a multi-role combat mech, it can be rigged as long-range fire support, brawler, sniper and artillery marker. Centurion, a venerable design from the first Succession War designed to work with the trebuchet. A frontline mech, it has heavy armor and a varied mix of powerful weaponry for all ranges, although it does lack speed. Despite this, it is an extremely popular design, even after all producing factories were destroyed in the Second Succession War. Crab, a laser-focused combat mech with a low-profile, heavily armoured torso. Built for extended campaigns without resupply, it is a mobile mech with an all-laser loadout, though this does cause issues in combat due to the high heat generated. It also features a rear-fired ejection seat, which is both brilliant and stupid, like those downward-firing ejection seats in the Buff and Widowmaker. Hunchback. Built around the AC-20 in its shoulder, this mech is the Irby's bigger cousin. Slow and heavily armoured, it can slug it out with heavy designs in an urban area with ease, at least until it runs out of ammo. In open areas, it is often left extremely vulnerable to longer-range enemies. The Mark II clan model shows how different Clan I's doctrine is. It packs a pair of UAC-20s giving incredible firepower, letting it end a fight quickly, but at the expense of staying power due to the limited ammo plus thin armor. It's generally accepted that true-born Hunchback 2C pilots are the ones who expect and want to die in combat. If well used, it can be a terror in a city or jungle fight, as long as it can disengage for resupply. In open terrain, it can get cut down very quickly. Trebuchet, a frontline support mech with LRM racks for standoff engagements and a number of backup lasers for close-in defense and to finish off crippled enemies. Kinda like a much earlier version of the Mad Dog. Although a fairly capable but average design, it was built to operate in the lands of similar mechs, operating in tandem with other trench buckets or centurions. Nova Blackhawk, a multi-role combat mech from Clan Hell's Horses that was originally built for infantry support. Like the Firemoth, it could be rigged to carry elementals into battle, but it could then support them with a ludicrous amount of ER lasers. The other configs are built for fire support, loading weapons like LRMs and Gauss rifles. All of these proved so successful that the Inner Sphere made a heavy copy known as the Blackhawk KU. Ursus, a slow garrison mech built by the clans using Inner Sphere tech where possible, to allow the Ghost Bears to most effectively use the factories they'd captured in the invasion. Although slow, it is moderately well armoured and packs a powerful mix of weapons for all ranges. Grim Reaper, a Comstar designed from after the Battle of Tukia to replenish their forces with a well-armoured multi-role chassis. Equipped with a strange mix of weapons that give it ample punch at all ranges, it still has a good amount of speed for a 55-tonner. The design was effective enough that the Word of Blake maintained production well into the Jihad. Privateer, another non-canon design. Built to be as cheap and simple as possible, it is a mobile general combat mech that looks more like a work mech with guns strapped to it. Its main punch is a heavy rocket launcher in a massive shoot-here pod above the head, though its backup weapons are no less deadly. Shadowhawk, an unseen design that, as you can see here, has been updated like the Hellhound. Dating back to before the Star League, it carries an extremely flexible loadout, letting it strike at any range. Compared to later designs, however, it does come up short for its weight, though it is still capable of staying toe-to-toe in the hands of a good pilot. Black Lantern, a very fast, though retarded-looking medium from Clan Jade Falcon. Built with as much XL technology as possible, it comes heavily armoured and armed, allowing it to function as a combination of a reserve unit, heavy recon enforce, and harasser. Rabid Coyote, a support mech from Clan Coyote designed to assist heavier, slower designs. Armed with an ATM rack and pulse lasers, as well as a good amount of engine power and armor for its weight, it's able to engage in a standoff fight, though it operates much more effectively alongside bigger mechs that can hold an enemy's attention for longer.